Compadre Pedro Juan, baile el jaleo. Compadre Pedro Juan, que está sabroso. Aquella niña de los ojos verdes que tiene el cuerpo flexible, baile la ventaniza. Compadre Pedro Juan, no pierde el tiempo. Compadre Pedro Juan, saca en su dama. Acabará el merengue, si no anda con cuidado, se quedará como perico atrapado. Compadre Juan, me dio de lado, apamillado, acopejado, de aquí para allá, de allá para acá, apriete la mano, por la madrugada. Compadre Juan, me dio de lado, apamillado, me dio hincado, apriete la mano, por la madrugada, de aquí para allá.
Reviviendo la margulina. Campesina dominicana, eres mi flor de romero. Sin tu amor me vuelvo loco, si no me besas me muero porque tus labios tienen miel de los cañales, que saben a lo que huele la rosa de los rosales, que saben a lo que huele la rosa de los rosales. Cuando baila la mangulina con tu camisón de lado, veo linda tu cinturita que quema como un volcán, es el volcán de tus senos al ritmo de tu cintura. Campesina dominicana, sabor a fruta madura. Campesina dominicana, sabor a fruta madura. Campesina dominicana, eres mi flor de romero. Sin tu amor me vuelvo loco, si no me besas me muero porque tus labios tienen miel de los cañales, que saben a lo que huele la rosa de los rosales, que saben a lo que huele la rosa de los rosales. Cuando baila la mangulina.
Es un farolito, ombligo de luna, es un farolito, en las estrellas, es un farolito, trágame tierra, aprieta. Yo le, que yo más quisiera que contar contigo, que yo más quisiera que contar contigo, ya conté hasta 20 y no estás conmigo. Ya conté hasta 20 y no estás conmigo. Y ese farolito me lleva perdido. Ese farolito
Bienvenidos a todos. I'm Colette Atkins, Vice President of Institutional Advancement at Hostos Community College. Thank you all for celebrating Hostos' 55th anniversary with us this evening. And thank you to the beautiful Ramona Torres folkloric dancers. I also want to acknowledge our wonderful saxophonist who flew in from the Dominican Republic to play for us this evening, Jorge Zuen. And a round of applause for our pianist, student, Marie Enamore. And now it's a pleasure for me to present our MC for the evening, the amazing PIX 11 six-time Emmy Award-winning reporter, Monica Morales.
Hi, everybody. How are you tonight? I am so excited to be here. Can you tell that I love this place so much? Can you tell? When they asked me to MC this, I said, of course I would. And then I rushed over here from our 4, 5, and 6. You know, my boss is listening somewhere. We are on at 4, 5, 6, and 10, PIX 11, and we are expanding left and right a lot of our programming. But most of the programming that I do, I have a segment called Monica Makes It Happen. Talk about pressure, right? I mean, if I don't make it happen, but it's really misleading because it's the community and it's you that makes it happen every single night. And I'm so blessed and grateful to be able to tell these stories. And how many times do I do students from this beautiful place? They're the ones giving back to their communities. They're the ones making a difference. So that's why I'm here today. I am also a product of a mom from Bolivia, a dad from Norway. What an American story. My mother did not have a high school education, but she told me, they cannot take your education away. That's the one thing they can't take away. So she pushed, and boy, would she be so happy to know her daughter's on TV every night fighting for Black and brown communities in New York City. And Colette, I have to thank you. We've become personal friends. For 2 weeks, we've gone over the script. So if I mess up, it's not her fault, it's my fault. But I have to tell you, 55 years in the community. I'm in the Bronx. I was just in the Bronx today with the Bronx Borough President, honoring NYCHA tenant leaders. And guess who they are? They're women, Black and brown women giving back to their communities. And you're gonna meet one of the wonderful women who received a scholarship, thanks to Mackenzie Scott. We love her, don't we? We love her so very much. She was on our newscast, and you're gonna get to meet her later on. But they were founded in 1968, 25 colleges of the City University of New York, providing the South Bronx, of course, with quality education that, of course, our community needs. And their mission is simple. It's all about community. And that's why you're all here today, supporting that. Talking about funds, it's all about funding as well. Since 2004, funds raised total more than $33 million, inclusive of $13 million of a $15 million gift from philanthropist and author, Miss Mackenzie Scott. And get this, tonight's event has grossed, are you ready? Drum roll, please. $400,000 in funds directed to scholarship. And I have to emphasize this, okay? Every dollar raised tonight helps students struggling to afford tuition, buy food, and pay for childcare and transportation while they attend Hostos. And now we're gonna move this program along. There's gonna be so many highlights, so much, a lot of breaking news to tell you about, but it is my pleasure to introduce you to the community sponsor and chair of Hostos Community College Foundation Board, Jose Sanchez Kinghorn.
Thank you, Monica. Buenas noches, mi gente. Good evening. I'm delighted to be here. I'm delighted to see all of you. And on behalf of the Hostos Foundation, I'd like to welcome all of you to our 55th anniversary. It's wonderful to be in a room filled with so many community partners and friends, sponsors, Hostos faculty and staff, and of course, honorees and guests. As you enjoy this salad, I would like to thank my fellow Hostos Community Board members for helping and their tenacious effort in making this a success. Please stand up. I think they're scattered all over the room. So, I would also like to thank additional members of the Gala Committee and the Division of Institutional Advancement for their work to make tonight a great success. And let me tell you, this is hours of work, of thinking, of making decisions, of planning, so thanks to all of them. And now to the fun part, where I thank many generous sponsors whose extraordinary contributions will help students on their educational journey. To start, I'd like to recognize a group that for those of you who have been at least to one gala in the last 10 years, should now be a household name, the Stavros Niarchos Foundation, our premium event sponsor. The foundation has not only provided an extraordinary six-figure support for tonight's event, but has provided very generous support to the college since 2014. My personal thanks to my friend Vasily Tsamis and his fantastic team. Thank you. I would also like to acknowledge a group that shares our philosophy, our values, and our commitment to education for their generous contribution as tonight's presenting sponsor, Libra Philanthropies. Thanks for the generous support you've provided in the recent months. Many thanks as well to our three diamond sponsors, Bronx Care Health System, Somos Community Care, and Unitex Healthcare Laundry Services. Thank you to our in-kind donors for a lovely take-home surprise for you, Bronx Zoo and New York Botanical Garden. Kudos as well to our community sponsors, Colgate-Palmolive, Montefiore Einstein, New York Yankees Foundation, Catherine Lapadula and Nuval Wealth from UBS, and Friends of the Chairman. The ambassador sponsors, Centerlight Healthcare, PACE, the Coco de Filippis Family Scholarship, DC 37, Fidelis Care, Lincoln Hospital, Ponce Bank, and Oyate Group. Friends sponsors, Bill and Kathy Aguado, Citizens Bank, Joe Dios and family, Catholic Charities, Bronx Terminal Market, Hunter College, Inner City Elevator Corp, Lead Security Group, L&N Development Partners, and Phipps Houses. Many additional advertisers, donors, and friends helped to make tonight a great success, and I'd like to thank them as well, too. Whether you're here tonight as a sponsor, honoree, friend, or guest, you're helping us to raise an awareness of the great accomplishments and potential of Hostos students. You're helping to amplify their voices of Hostos community and strengthening the CUNY mission of providing an affordable, public, first-rate education to all New Yorkers. Now, without further ado, I'd like to pass the microphone to Hostos' 8th president, but I'd like to categorize as a trifecta of sorts. First Dominican woman to be president of any of the 25 colleges and universities that make up City University of New York. First person of Dominican ancestry to complete her PhD in the City University of New York. And a woman who has received her bachelor's, her master's, and her PhD from CUNY institutions. She is known as a pioneer and has received several awards for scholarships in the field of Dominican women. Ladies and gentlemen, a woman whom I admire and respect with an iconic and unforgettable name, President Daisy Coco de Filippis.
Isn't he just wonderful? I so love Chairman Sanchez. He's so great to us. So let me begin. I'm going to try to stick with the script because otherwise I could be here for a while and you don't want me to do that. I know Colette is counting my minutes. So I'll begin. So muy buenas noches, good evening. It is lovely to see about 340 of you in person. Isn't it wonderful? Life begins to go back to normal. How special it is to have with us this evening Professor Angel Miranda's theater students as we cheer them on and support their participation in the Edinburgh Fringe Theater Festival this coming summer. I want to say that it's been wonderful to see the support of faculty of their students. So we have Professor Yalongo and Professor Jones who are here with their honor students, and I'm very grateful for that. I want to also say that I have Dr. Sofia Oviedo, and with her, we have our 3 Columbia University 2+2+2 scholars supported by the Mackenzie Scott and also an earmark from Congressman Richie Torres. We're very, very fortunate. I want to say the Hostos families in the house. I see so many old friends. I see the Niarchos Foundation is again with us, and it's so wonderful to see you. Great to have you. Thank you. I want to tell you that I bring a very special, very grateful greeting to the foundation board chair, Sanchez, who is a gentleman and just wonderful and generous and kind to Hostos. I am so grateful to him. And I want to say that when I saw that group from the foundation come to have their photo, only one member didn't make it because she's having some health issues at this moment. So it's just great, the generosity. It is a beautiful, beautiful foundation board. And they also like my poetry, so I'm told. So I want to give a very, very special thank you and congratulate our chancellors, Feliz Matos Rodriguez. Talking about scholars, I'm bursting with pride that he was inducted to the National U.S. Arts and Science Academy, because he is, as you know, a historian and from the humanities, and so grateful that he's here, always supporting us. And I see that he's here with his beautiful, lovely partner, Dr. Liliana Arabia. Thank you, Liliana, for your support as well. I have some terrific CUNY College presidents. They're all terrific, but some are here. So Christine Mangino, Anthony Monroe, did he get in? Okay. And a close one that is really close to my heart, Claudia Schrader. And I have to reveal, people need to know that this wonderful colleague came back from the Dominican Republic a couple of weeks ago. She wasn't being a tourist. She was doing some work for humanities, Habitat for Humanities. Claudia, bendiciones. Thank you. We have a representative from Franco's College and CUNY colleague, one of my absolute, they're all favorites, but my absolute favorite, Vice Chancellor Denise Maybank, who is the heart and soul of the student life area. She's just so wonderful. And of course, someone who's really, really known and beloved at Hostos. She never fails to support us, and that is ABC Dali Martinez. And Dali is, I don't know if they made it, but I was told to expect this evening DC 37 leader Henry Garrido and his guests, Transportation Commissioner Idanis Rodriguez. A special and enthusiastic welcome to our honorees, Professor Cynthia Jones. Yeah. The soul of the institution. She's so wonderful. There's nothing that is just not caring about, talented and caring about Professor Jones. Our sponsors, in order. Catherine Lapadula, thank you. I met her beautiful group. Beautiful, beautiful. A very generous sponsor, George Logotetis, with us. We're getting acquainted. He's getting to know Hostos now. Michael Poltak, I remember one of my first conversations with Mr. Poltak when I came. And he said to me, Daisy, because I told him how great our students were and how they were contributing to the emergency funds. And on the phone, he said, I'm going to give you $20,000, but not for you, for the students, to put in the emergency fund. And that was just wonderful. He's just the best. And a really great Dr. Ramon Tayac and his Somos group. Thank you so much. Thanks to all our sponsors. I know I'm going to leave, so I'm not going to mention everyone. Donors, family members, friends, faculty, staff, students, and guests for being here this evening. A special thank you, as always, for his support to my husband. And I want to tell you that the most beautiful surprise was that I had the saxophonist, our wonderful guest, come up to me as I was coming in with Nuncio and play Aldila, my Aldila love of so many years. So Nuncio, and I have with us Nuncio Andrew de Filippis, I should say Dean Nuncio Andrew de Filippis, who came, and his wife Christina Weir, who traveled from Los Angeles to be with us this evening, and as well as members of my MBCC family who continue to support my journey. So wonderful to see you here. I mean, my appreciation to members of my cabinet and the President's office, and a very special thank you to VP Atkins and her team, Idelsa and others, for the beauty of this evening. Absolutely, just beautiful. Thank you, Paulette. Thank you. We are united tonight in a mutual appreciation of the great potential of the students Hostos serves. We are connected through our belief in the power of quality education to transform individual lives, families, and communities. With commencement a month away, I am pleased to share that in order to accommodate our students and their families, we will be holding 2 commencement ceremonies, the afternoon of May 31st and the morning of June 1st. We are delighted to have with us this evening our valedictorian, Yacine Gay, and salutatorian, Sabrina Williams. And they are the guests of Professor Jacqueline DeSanto. Congratulations to our very talented students, and mil gracias to their encouraging and supportive faculty member. That is the Hostos family. We celebrate this evening the 55th anniversary of the founding of Eugenio Maria de Hostos Community College. 1968 was a time of political, social, cultural, and economic ferment. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. has sown the seeds of civil rights and equity and fairness. Change was in the air. Civil rights, anti-colonial, and anti-war activism, women's liberation shaped our society and influenced the education this girl got at Queens College in the 70s. I'm very grateful to CUNY. Demands for educational reform motivated activity across the country. Here in New York City, a dedicated group of Puerto Rican educators and community leaders recognized the pressing need for affordable, high-quality post-secondary education in the Bronx. Thanks to their effort, Hostos Community College was created. And I want to tell you a little bit, because part of what we want to do is take a moment to teach about who Don Eugenio Maria de Hostos was. A more appropriate source of inspiration would be difficult to find. Hostos was a trailblazing Puerto Rican educator, writer, and advocate for human rights. One of the most influential Latin American scholars of his day, and till this day, recognized as a citizen of the Americas. Hostos reformed education in Chile and the Dominican Republic to integrate the education of women in the sciences and math, and affirm student-centered pedagogies, as he also worked for the independence of Cuba and Puerto Rico. Much has changed in 55 years. One thing, however, remains the same: our commitment to the ideas and ideals of Hostos. Every effort the college makes is in service of access, equity, and inclusion. We are grateful and proud of the opportunity to play an important role in the life of the South Bronx and the diverse communities who, like us, call the borough home. Like the Bronx, the college has endured hard times and celebrated good times. 5.5 decades since its founding, Hostos remains a vital force, moving from strength to strength. Our work has been recognized by an Aspect Top 10 for Community College Excellence this year, and our students are benefiting from the number of initiatives supported by the Ms. Mackenzie Scott gift that has allowed us to recently open the Hostos Research Center in support of strengthening our students' transfers, opportunities, and to support the research and to support the research of faculty and students in a mentoring and generous out-of-classroom experience. The Hostos family knows, and I am so grateful to our students and colleagues, that hope and care are at the center of this academic family that continues to move forward and in significant, meaningful ways. And I want to say just a little bit more. Our goal through this event and others is to better provide students with the quality education and care that they deserve. And we are making progress toward that goal thanks to the generosity, collaboration, and the deliberate action of people like all of you who are here. Mil gracias. As our work in the coming years continue, we will strive to enhance the intellectual, educational, cultural, and civic-minded experience we offer students and the communities we serve. As always, I close my remarks by reflecting on Pablo Neruda's Nobel laureate speech. His understanding of the connection we have with others and the responsibility we have with one another as we try to move forward as human beings in this life's journey. Here is a brief excerpt from Neruda's speech, words some of you have heard me read many times before. All paths lead to the same goal, to convey to others what we are. But in this dance or in this song, they are fulfilled the most ancient rights of our conscience, in the awareness of being human and of believing in a common destiny. I wish everyone a wonderful evening. Thank you once more for your support as I remind you of opportunities to support and encourage our students on their journey. Mil gracias y bendiciones.
Sorry, I had to take a picture with the president, a selfie. But please put your hands together for the accomplishments of our president and what she has done for the Bronx community. And she has also led us to be one of the 10 finalists nominated to receive the Aspen Prize. That's huge. I have some breaking news numbers also to tell you about. Last year, get this, 1,100 students received their associate's degree at Hostos commencement. Get this, roughly 75% of those graduates transferred to four-year institutions. Isn't that remarkable? Not only Lehman, John Jay, City College, and other universities, but also to Columbia, Cornell, and other Ivy League schools. Yes. Many of them will receive advanced degrees as well. One of those alumnus is Dr. Pedro Maria. Now, doctor, if you could make your way up here, I'm going to talk a little bit about him. He earned his nursing degree from Hostos in 1988. He went on to earn his bachelor's degree from Lehman College. And of course, he served his residency at the Albert Einstein Medical Center in Philadelphia. He was a fellow in the highly selective program at Montefiore. Please put your hands together for Dr. Pedro Maria. He's with us tonight.
It is an honor for me to be here. Thanks, everyone. So I can say that I'm a witness of the American dream. I came to the United States in 1985 and I stayed. And at that time, I had done a year of university in the Dominican Republic. My goal was to become a physician. But then I came to the United States. I'm disoriented. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to pursue my dream. My own family used to say, medicine is not for us. It's people of blue eyes. I mean, you are Hispanic. Why don't you do something practical? So I discovered Hostos. I started working full time. I used to leave home early in the morning, go to work. After work, I would come back, go to Hostos Community College, take classes, then go home and do homework. And that was my routine. At the beginning, I was taking liberal arts. I did not know how to pursue my dream of becoming a physician. At some point, one of the professors told me, Pedro, why don't you go into nursing first as a stepping stone and you become a physician later on. So I followed that, and I started into the nursing program. 1987, I was home reading the New York Times, and there was an advertise from Harvard that said, this is for minority students that want to apply for the Harvard Health Professional Program. I said, I don't lose anything with applying, so I sent the application. A couple of weeks later, they answered and they say, you've been accepted, but we don't have the money. So we didn't have the money, and my parents tried to get the money anywhere. We couldn't because it was difficult. A couple of weeks later, they called me. They say, you still want to come? We have the money to sponsor you. So I went and spent a summer at Harvard as one of the recognized minority students in the United States. Go to Harvard, and that's what I learned, that the sky's the limit, that you have to aim to the sun to get to the moon. They made me understand that if I work hard enough, I can get what I want. And that's what I did. I came back to Hostos, I finished nursing, I started working. I had a lot of responsibilities, but I never stopped studying. I was working full-time and going part-time to Lehman until I finished my bachelor's. Once I finished my bachelor's, I went into a Columbia graduate school with the intention of getting my master's in biochemistry. In that process, I got accepted into medical school in Philadelphia. People would tell me, you will never do it. I did it. Once I'm in, the negativity didn't end. I went to the medical school, 250 students. I was the only Hispanic students in the class. And I was told by my mentors and professors, why don't you do internal medicine or family practice? This is you're a minority, and you have to serve our community. And the other specialties are very challenging. In order to become a urologist, you have to be on top of the class in medical school and get the top of the boards. I did it. I got into urology residency that only takes 240 students in the whole country. Once I did that, got into my residency, almost finishing my residency, there is a fellowship at Albert Einstein in New York, Montefiore. They only take one fellow. Again, why are you going to apply? They only take one fellow in the whole country. I applied, I did it. To make the story short, right now I'm an associate professor of urology at Montefiore, and I'm the director of men's health. And me myself now have my own fellow. So nothing is impossible. If this is not the American dream, I don't know what is. Now it's very humbling for me to introduce Dr. Ramon Stalash. He's an essential healthcare pioneer and visionary whose work has saved New York taxpayers more than $330 million. And I just found out that Dr. Stalash just returned from the Vatican, where we had a meeting with the Pope, and he was advocating for our community in New York City. As a founder of Somos Community Care, Dr. Stalash and his network of doctors serve over 1 million Medicaid and Medicare patients in New York City and have achieved remarkable results by reducing ER and hospital admissions by 35%, cutting pediatric hospital admissions by 9%, and preventing unnecessary hospitalization by an impressive 40% throughout value-based care. With over 700 medical offices throughout New York City and 25,000 daily inpatient visits, Somos has become a beacon of hope for underserved communities. In August, moreover, during the height of COVID-19 pandemic, I can say it because I'm not only reading it, but I was a witness of it. Somos remain at the forefront, spending millions of dollars of their own funds to purchase PPE, hazmat suits, tents, staffing, and food, among other necessities. Through Dr. Talash's leadership, Somos established 125 nationwide trilingual COVID-19 sites, tested more than 1 million people, and developed a national model for equitable healthcare that prioritizes linguistic and cultural competence, especially for immigrants, communities in poverty. Dr. Talash's team has also provided assistance to healthcare workers in Texas, Georgia, and Florida, and how to test and treat immigrants living in low-income areas. But that's not all. Since Good Friday 2020, Dr. Talash and Somo has served over 2 million meals for the food-insecure members of their community through local churches, schools, and medical offices, and set up the first calling center in New York City, leading to administration of over 2 million vaccines in mega sites such as Yankee Stadium, NICA housing, MTA train stations, and Aqueduct racetrack. Dr. Talash and his team has set a new standard of compassionate care that transcends borders, cultures, and beyond. Last year, this extraordinary man worked with city and state officials on post-hurricane recovery efforts in the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, following Hurricane Fiona and Hurricane Maria. Lastly, I would like to mention that Hostos is planning to establish a Dr. Ramon Talash Foundation, a scholarship that will inspire excellence in traditionally underserved students, like I was, who demonstrate leadership in the healthcare profession as part of his legacy. Please give a warm round of applause to present the Hostos, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. This scholarship provides full Hostos tuition, a stipend, mentoring, and access to internship programs at Hostos, as well as soft support as a student matriculate at Columbia University School of General Studies and the Mailman School of Public Health. And it is a pleasure and an honor for me to introduce and to share my ethnicity with Dr. Ramon Talash.
67. Good evening, buenas noches, to my dear friends, esteemed guests and colleagues, and all the honorees tonight, since being the first one. I want to apologize for my brief moment when I do it here. I stand here before you tonight feeling deeply honored to receive the Healthcare Impact Award. And I would like to say thanks to Dr. Pedro Maria for the kind introduction. And to Hostos Community College Foundation for this remarkable honor. It means so much to receive this recognition for the work accomplished by our organization, and just the chairman, but there's a lot of doctors sitting there with me who made the life different for those people in our community. When I found Somos Community Care, I did so with a vision of creating a network of healthcare providers who will be devoted to improving the lives of the people in underserved communities in New York City. I would say throughout the world. I must say founding Somos has been the greatest privilege of my life. It has allowed me to work alongside an extraordinary team of multi-generational healthcare providers who are driven by the same common mission. I really believe that we in the United States have the best disease care of the world. Disease care of the world. Still too far to have the best prevention care of the world. Hopefully, to the student here, you should learn that we could not continue here, that we are a place to spend all the money in the final life in our diseases, chronic diseases. It's time to start taking care of the children and the youngsters, that we don't have to say about chronic disease so much. This is why we have the best disease care, but not the best health care of the world. And that's what it showed to us during the virus. This pandemic showed us that. I say that my country, United States, was more prepared to defend us from an atomic world, weapons to kill people, than to defend us from the virus. It cannot continue like that. We have to change healthcare. And this is the inspiration I want to bring to the young people. Change healthcare doesn't mean change faces. We need to look. Receiving this award from an institution that recognizes the transformative power of education is especially meaningful. Education plays a vital role in the breaking down the barriers that prevent underserved communities from accessing quality health care. It empowers patients to take control of their health and allow healthcare providers to deliver culturally competent care that meet each patient's unique needs, especially those that were called los descartados de la sociedad. Investing in education is one of the most important things that we could do to create a stronger, healthier, and more equitable society. This award serves as a reminder that we must continue our tireless effort to improve the healthcare outcomes of all human beings, especially those who surround us. To end, let me say this. I want, as the legacy, to establish the Dr. Ramon Toya Foundation Scholarship at Hostos Community College. We have over, in the Dr. Talas Foundation, we have over 150 already through different countries, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Haiti, and United States. Scholarship that we do in young people who want to achieve healthcare. In the case that we do it for young Catholic people who the mother and the father, either half-father, are somebody who works in somebody's house cleaning. And we've been choosing them in that proportion in all these countries. I want to take a moment to express my deepest thanks to the Lord. That's the only reason why I'm here. And I continue working because the Lord is my guide. To my Somos colleague, for the relentless dedication to making a difference in people's lives, and to my family, who support me for so many years. Finally, I want to extend my profound gratitude to Hostos Community College and the Foundation for this incredible honor. Thank you for recognizing the work we have done and inspiring us to continue making a difference in the life of those who need it the most. Students, there is no limit in transformation. You have to, don't take any for granted. Hostos College in New York should lead. If we see our surrounding in the Bronx, we need to understand, for politicians to keep talking about asthma and garbage and rats, and for 30 years running in the same thing, is unacceptable. I I said that from the deep of my heart. The Lord asked me to do that. We need to change. It had to come from the young people in this room. Please, do so, but do so with love in your hearts. Before I say thank you, I want to ask for those one who pray, something that the Holy Father asked me to pray for his health and pray for the peace of the world. Thank you.
Please put your hands together for Dr. Talaj. Quick story. During the pandemic, I was running around trying to find community champions. Trying to keep up with Dr. Talaj was very difficult because he was everywhere. He was everywhere making sure people were being tested, that our communities had what they needed, and that was Dr. Talaj. So I was just blessed to see him in action. And I'm so glad you're back from the Vatican and gave us that blessing, that special blessing. Speaking of some of the stories, I want you to know too, you can always reach out to me. If you have a story that you want us to cover at Pix 11, you can reach out to me at Monica Morales TV on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and now, yes, I'm doing TikTok. Okay, my children, my 10 and 9-year-old are really good at it. I'm not so good. I have a few followers, but back to the program. Speaking of television, if you watch Pix 11, I did a story on this young woman. Now, I love stories about the American dream, just like we heard Dr. Maria, right? Didn't we love that inspiring story? Well, this next woman has an incredible story, and I love moms making it happen. And she studies at Hostos, works 5 days a week as a community health worker, at a clinic, and she's also the recipient of a very competitive scholarship made possible by the college's Miss Mackenzie Scott gift. It provides full Hostos tuition, a stipend, mentoring, and access to internship programs at Hostos. It's changing lives, as well as some soft support. And get this, she's headed to Columbia University. Without further ado, I just love her. She's inspiring. Please put your hands together for Hawa Abraham.
Good evening. My name is Hawa Abraham. I'm from Freetown, Sierra Leone, a small country on the coast of West Africa. I left my home country due to a 10-year civil war, and I had to live as a refugee in neighboring Guinea, where I began studying in French, even though I don't speak French. But I was forced to because that's the only way I would communicate. I moved to Liberia and I started studying nursing. But my dream was to do my master's in public health. When I came to America, things did not go as planned. I had kids, which I'm happy I did. So going back to school, I thought about it, and raising 3 kids and going back to school and working full-time, it was a tough decision to make. But I finally made the decision, and I enrolled at Hostos. My journey at Hostos has been amazing. The support, it's just amazing. When I first started, I didn't even have a laptop. So my first day in class, my professor said, oh, you need to do this and submit the assignment on Blackboard. I don't have a laptop. So I spoke to the professor, and he said, oh, you know, you can get a loaner laptop. I was like, they're going to give it to me for free for me to use? He said, yes, just go and get it and do your homework. which I did. And ever since, the journey has been amazing. And I am going to Colombia in the fall. Thank you. I have the pleasure of introducing Michael Potter, the third generation leader of a 100-year-old family business that has created jobs in and around the Bronx, and whose family's services are essential to hospitals, clinics, labs, doctor office. Unitex Healthcare Laundry Services is the largest company providing linen, uniform services to healthcare industry in the Northeast. Mr. Porter is all about giving. He is a longtime supporter of Hostos and established a generous scholarship in honor of his mother and mother-in-law. He and his family are currently in the process of redesigning the scholarship to also honor his late wife of 49 years, Randy. Mr. Potter, I present the College Philanthropic Impact Award to you. Thank you.
First, I'd like to congratulate the other honorees tonight. My story is not as dramatic. It's pretty simple. Anyway, good evening to everybody here. Buenas noches. I'd like to thank you for inviting me to speak tonight. It's my honor to be here to acknowledge the great work that Hostos does for the Bronx community as well as for students from other parts of New York. Hostos provides an education and a future to more than 5,000 students every year. Through hard work and sacrifice, thousands of students are educated here and prepared for a better future by the committed Hostos faculty and staff. I became involved in Hostos as a result of my role as leader of a company that employs many people from the local Bronx community. I strongly believe in providing support for the educational programs that take place at this fine college. Like the students here, I am the product of New York City public schools and New York City CUNY system, where there was a difference, though. When I went to City University in the 60s, and today it's financially different, my tuition was $25 a semester plus books. I don't even know if they have books anymore, so that might be a savings, but I even have my cufflinks tonight are the tokens that we used on the subway, which were 15 cents. The cost in dollars per semester is much different than when I went. And however, there is a similarity. And the similarity is the attendees. The kids who went to school with me and the kids who are going to school or the people going to school today. We are generally first generation to attend college, and we come with the same strong desire to do better for ourselves, our families, and the community around us. I also feel a strong personal connection with the Bronx and Hostos. In June of 1948, my father relocated our family commercial laundry business to 170th Street, just west of Jerome Avenue and east of E.L. Grant Highway. Our business at that location, which is a short distance from where Hostos is. We remained there for 55 years. Because of the grit and hard work of our Bronx workforce over these 55 years, our company prospered and grew. We all worked shoulder to shoulder in the hot of summer and the cold of winter. 20 years ago, when our company left the Bronx to move to a new modern facility in Mount Vernon, we were happy that most of our employees chose to move with us. It was their spirit, their culture, their hard work that helped us build our company and made it successful. That is why I and my family have established, in honor of my late wife and her mother, Dorothy, and my mother, Judith, the Judith Z. Potak and Dorothy Hausberg Scholarship Fund. These three ladies felt a very strong connection to education to help provide funding for the hardworking students of the Bronx who attended class here. Our company, Unitex, provides healthcare laundry service to hospitals and healthcare facilities throughout the Northeast. And that is the reason for my particular interest in your excellent, important RN program, which proudly graduates 60 to 70 students annually. That is a wonderful thing. At this particular moment, when the nursing profession is seeing the exodus of experienced members, new nurses are crucial to the healthcare community of New York City and the area well beyond into the rest of the country. We are excited to be connected to and support of Hostos in this program. Why are we all here tonight? Real quickly, we're here for one to state the goals of this college and reiterate them. We need to focus on the goal of maximizing the potential of every student. Our goal is to achieve great learning, to grow ourselves so we are distinguished members of the wonderful community and thrive in the greater community beyond the immediate area where we come from. Our goal is to develop skills so that we grow from a student to a career-ready, competent leader that brings honor to this institution. Our goal is to empower all who pass through these halls to realize more choices than they otherwise would have had and approach the future with optimism, with a life that is full of success. We need to thank the people who took the bus down from the Heights on E.L. Grant Highway, or the 170th Street Crosstown bus, or the number 4 train from the South Bronx that helped build our company. Without them, I would not be here. These parents and grandparents of the present Hostos class are to be remembered. And the best way for me to thank them is to provide opportunities for their families. Members of my family, both professional and personal, are here this evening to show our support. You can be assured that your goals and our family goals are the same, maximizing potential growth for our students to become leaders and professionally competent participants in our city. And we will stand with you and all of Hostos in creating opportunity for those striving for these goals with great optimism. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Potak. It's amazing to meet you and your generosity. I can feel your heart, and what a beautiful story about the moms and your wife. They are smiling in heaven right now, right? Our next presenter is a Hostos student, a superstar, who will probably be managing her own company someday. So she's one to watch. I'll be getting the first interview on Pix 11. Business management major, Tiffany Wilson.
I am Tiffany Wilson, a student mother to a beautiful one-year-old baby girl. I'm from Georgetown, Guyana, the land of many waters. When I found myself living in the USA, I found myself living on Morris and East 153rd Street. So my commute to anywhere would take me past Hostos daily. Hence, when I decided to pursue my degree, Hostos was my choice. Boy, am I happy Hostos was my CUNY of choice. In my quest to continue my career in training and development, Hostos has helped me in more ways than one, from assistance with tuition to having a mentor who's readily available to guide me at any given time. One program that I am especially invested in is the honors program. That is where I first met Professor Cynthia Jones. I will never forget that day when I joined the Zoom nervously for an interview with the honors coordinators. I was greeted with a warm and friendly smile by Professor Jones. It was that smile that set the stage for the entire interview, and it is that same smile that indeed developed a relationship with Professor Jones and many of her students. Recently, myself and 6 other students had a wonderful opportunity to be chaperoned by Professor Jones on a trip to DC that was sponsored by the Libra Group. During that trip, Professor Jones took care of us as if we were her very own children. Not only did she make sure we were present and on time for every meeting, but she made sure we were all in good health, fed, comfortable, and she never failed to commend us or tell us how good we were doing during that trip. I remember on our way back from DC, after a long historic day, a student texted our group to find out if Professor Jones was asleep. She wanted Professor to review her scholarship essay, and right there and then, Professor Jones agreed to review it and made her recommendations. This is the type of care, support, and commitment her students receive from her. Therefore, it is with great honor that I present the College Distinguished Professor Award to our dear Professor Cynthia Jones. Congratulations, Professor Jones.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. When VP Atkins asked if I wanted to speak, I at first said, no, I'll just take it. And then I said, it will be brief. And hearing people talk throughout the presentations, I definitely will make it brief. So I want to really say that I came, I fell in love, and remained. A Langston Hughes poem ends with, I'm still here. So, I want to say that Hostos, from the moment I stepped into an English as a second language classroom in 1977, I was welcomed by the students. And as I said, I fell in love and had to remain. I mean, people keep asking me when am I going to retire, but I really, really love what I'm doing because the students energize me, encourage me to be a better person and educator. And I just want to say, Hostos is a very special place. The support you get, the welcoming, the sense of belonging. Our president is just matchless in terms of how she supports us. And the students are so encouraging. And I just want to say, unless you've been at Hostos, you don't know just how awesome a place it is. And I just want to end with I Too by Langston Hughes. I too sing America. I am the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes, but I laugh and eat well and grow strong. Tomorrow, I'll be at the table when company comes. Nobody'll dare say to me, eat in the kitchen then. Besides, they'll see how beautiful I am and be ashamed. I too am America. So Hostos is America for me.
Amazing, inspiring. Thank you so much for all the work that you do. And I turned to her while her student was speaking. She says, that's all true. It is. Now, I have to say, hearing all of these stories, it just makes you love Hostos more and more. I don't know if that's possible, but you just love it because you know it's the heart of the community. I love how you said Hostos is America. Hostos is New York City. Hostos is the Bronx. Yes. So we're going to go to a little commercial break, also known as the dinner. I want to challenge you to meet someone you don't know at your table, have a chat, talk with each other. And I have some good news. The bar will remain open. We'll be back.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Julio Reyes. I am one of the Hostos Foundation board members. And again, I would like to welcome you and thank you again for attending our 55th annual gala. Thank you so much for attending. I'm joined today by a few of my wonderful fellow board members, the wonderful Stephanie Tkach, Mr. Jason Caraballo, and of course, the awesome Dr. Amarilis Jacobo. So listen, we're literally the last thing between you and your food, so we're gonna make it really quick. So Stephanie, take it away. Yes.
And the bar. So later tonight, you're gonna have the opportunity to see some of our amazing Hostos student actors perform a short act that they've been invited to perform across the world, actually, in Edinburgh, Scotland, as part of one of the largest arts festivals in the entire world. To make this happen, though, we do need your help tonight. We'll give instructions on how to donate to support these students. But we have some breaking news on some contributions that have already been made and to support this effort.
Good evening, everybody. So we just found out that we need about $34,000 more to send these wonderful, incredible, talented students over to Edinburgh. But right before we got on stage, we heard some really good news that we have an anonymous donor with us this evening. Anonymous donor, please stand up. No? We have an anonymous donor this evening who has agreed to match the first $10,000 of donations made for this effort. So we really just need to raise $24,000. Every dollar that you donate towards this effort will be doubled. So please, reach into your hearts and donate whatever you can.
In your tables, you should see a card like this. please, please, it does not matter how much. We just need you to donate. We need to make...
These dreams come true.
How much?
24,000.
24 tonight before we leave. Please, por favor, estas tarjetitas que ustedes ven en su mesa, 10, 20, 30, 40, 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, 50, whatever amount, please fill that out. We will come back to the mic. Thank you.
Hi. All right, we're back. It was a short commercial break. Are you having fun? Are you meeting people? I can see a lot of people meeting each other, making friends. We're all here supporters of Hostos. We love Hostos. All right, let's start again, and we have a powerful second half of the program. Wait till you hear this one, guys. Yes, you're not going to want to miss this. First, let's recognize tonight's performer of the beautiful music in the lobby, singer-pianist Marie and Namari. Thank you, Marie, for your beautiful music. She is a digital music student, get this, from Japan, who came to Hostos because of her interest in hip-hop, which, by the way, is celebrating its 50th year this year in the Bronx. Of course, from the Bronx. Marie would like to greet all of you and introduce tonight's fourth honoree. Please put your hands together for Marie.
I am Marie Inamori. I was born and raised in Japan. I came to the United States to study music at Hostos. I was singing with my band in Japan and decided to study music theory and how to make music. The reason why I chose Hostos is because I love soulful music. I have always listened to Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, and Whitney Houston since I was little, even though I did not understand English. I thought it would be difficult to learn what I want in Japan, because the music I like is from the United States. Now I'm interested in making music for film or games as a sound designer. Professors and career services at Hostos gave me example of what kind of job I might get, and it helped me to have goals after graduation. I have the honor of introducing Kathleen Lapadura, Managing Director and Market Executive of UBS International. Ms. Lapadura built her own career in a male-dominated environment. In addition, she volunteers for the empowerment of women, children, disabled, and the families of U.S. servicemen and women. The college should respect her compassion and social contribution because she cares about society, not only her career. I am pleased to present the college's Empowerment Award to Ms. Lapadula.
I promise to be quick. I'm not as talented as any of these young ladies or men we've seen today. Thank you for the Empowerment Award. It's an amazing award, and I'm very grateful to be here and extremely honored to share the night with such distinguished professionals as Professor Jones, Mr. George Lithosis, Mr. Michael Potok, both renowned businessmen, and Dr. Ramon Talhaj, a true community hero who I happen to know, very proud to say I know, that via Somos, saved countless lives in the Hostos community during the pandemic. So another round of applause for Dr. To be mentioned in the same breath as any one of these awardees is a bit daunting. And one of my first thoughts beyond what am I going to say was, what am I going to wear? And then I realized the most important thing a person can wear is confidence. I have confidence because someone gave me responsibility. Someone provided me with training, trusted me, gave me a voice, established a vision for my future success. In short, they empowered me. I am now a managing director at a large global bank. I work with amazing colleagues such as Jose Sanchez and Jackie Hanau. But I started my career as a temp receptionist in the basement of a financial institution. I tried for secretary, but my typing skills were crap. I was laden with debts. I was the first female to ever attend university in my family. Thank you. Thank you. But I am where I am today because people believed in me. They empowered me to learn, grow, make mistakes, many mistakes, and showed me a path forward. That is exactly what Hostos has been doing for the community for the last 55 years, is why we are all here tonight. Melinda Gates once said, if you are successful, and there are many successful people in this room tonight, it is because somewhere, sometime, someone gave you a life or an idea that started you in the right direction. And you are indebted to life until you help someone just as you were helped. Please join me tonight in helping Hostos give someone that life, that idea, that direction. Please donate what you can, as the best way to predict the future is to create it. Lastly, before I go, I want to mention, to empower others, you must be empowered yourself. I draw my empowerment from my community, my colleagues, my friends, my family, who are all here tonight. Thank you. And while I'm being honored, there is one person I would like to honor tonight. My husband, who's with me, who's celebrating a very special birthday tonight. So happy birthday, George. George, happy birthday to you. He's
And guess what, Marie? It's Marie's birthday too. Can you believe that? Happy birthday to Marie as well. 2 big birthdays tonight. Happy birthday, George. Happy birthday, Marie. And thank you, Catherine, for everything that you did. What an inspiring speech. Earlier this month, 7 Hostos students and 2 professors enjoyed 3 days in Washington, D.C. during National Cherry Blossom Festival as guests of the Libra Group. They're all in the college's honor program, and they are all here tonight. Here to tell us about their trip and herself is Carla Romero. Carla.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carla Romero. I am a first-generation immigrant liberal arts major in the honors program. I had the honor of attending the trip to DC, sponsored by Libra Group. a trip that allowed my peers and me to meet inspirational people. Through advocacy, service to people, and support for people like myself, we observed the fruits of giving. It inspired me to think about my future, to ensure I give back. For this, I am grateful and motivated to do whatever I can to be involved and make a change for the better. To become a leader, one like Mr. George Locatheris, Executive Chairman of Libra Group. At an early age, Mr. Locatheris joined his family's shipping business, becoming CEO at age 19, and later founded Libra Group at the age of 28. Aside from 6 core business areas, Libra Group has 10 independently run social responsibility initiatives, housed under Libra Philanthropies, that provide opportunities across the globe to support human potential. Hostos students are among the lucky beneficiaries of these initiatives. Mr. Locatheris, I am honored to present the College Global Impact Award to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Carla, muchísimas gracias. Thank you for that very kind introduction. But it is you and your fellow students that inspire me. You represent the limitless, yet sometimes latent potential that exists around the world. And I know you will achieve great things. President Daisy, I love that name. It's my daughter's name, my 8-year-old daughter's name. You know that, right? If I was asked to describe you, it would be fiercely good, fiercely compassionate, fiercely committed. Your leadership counts for so much, and you help so many. Leadership counts. It counts. Gracias. Thank you. Members of the faculty, administration, students, parents, and friends, I am deeply grateful to be honored here tonight. Thank you. But, quite frankly, it is I who should be honoring you. Why? Because you've had to fight harder than most. You've had to dig deeper than most. Because you've had to face challenges that are invisible to many, yet so vividly visible to you. But here we are. Now, communities like these and community colleges like this have for too long been overlooked or undervalued. It is no coincidence that the word community is woven into the name of this school, and indeed into each of your hearts. And I'm glad, and I celebrate that, because your community needs you. And you, the graduates here today, will be the catalyst for change. In great part because of this college. This is just one of the reasons I was so proud and welcoming of the opportunity to be here today. But how to begin? Well, great athletes achieve what they do as a result of many things. They train, they practice, they take care of themselves, all underwritten with an iron will. But they also do something simple. They visualize. They concentrate on actually seeing themselves running that fast, jumping that high, kicking that goal, or catching that pass. They see themselves. They visualize themselves doing what must be done, and then critically, they expect it of themselves. It is very hard to accomplish anything of true value if you cannot first see and then expect it. And I believe Hostos has given you the tools to do precisely that. And when I walked the halls of Hostos a few months ago, as I passed so many students, what did I see? I saw hopeful eyes. Eyes full of purpose and possibilities. Now look, I am a Greek American. So how can I not go back to those wise and visionary souls of yesterday who were so instructive in the construct of so much of today? Thucydides, one of the greats, he said many great things, one of which was we should remember that one man or woman is much the same as another, and that he is best who is trained in the severest school. Best from severe. The notion that when the school of life is severe, you can become better. You can become stronger. And you can become more resilient. A profound concept that has resonated throughout time. Now, we at Libra, we have built our organization all these years by empowering people long overlooked. Young people, the underdog, women. Where others see visible disadvantages, we see invisible advantages. Sometimes in life, setbacks can end up as blessings in the same way blessings can end up as setbacks. It is only history and hindsight alone which define which. And so my point is, how we think of ourselves is up to us. The last vestige of human freedom in this world is how we react to adversity. Remember, to the graduates, the one thing that you have absolute control over is how you elect to respond. No one can take that from you. Your first line of offense is how you think of yourself. The last line of defense is how you choose to respond. Now, you are here because of the grit and determination your circumstances instilled in you, right? That toughness will serve you well when others melt under the heat of competition and adversity. You are no longer a minority. You are the growing, deserving majority. A majority with the mindset to create new solutions to problems that have plagued us in the past and await us in the future. And let me not overlook the faculty and administration. And this is something we discussed all those months ago. Let me challenge you with this idea. Going forward, how about operating this college with the mindset that if someone in the not too distant future is presented with the choice between Harvard and Hostos, that person will have to pause and think about it before answering. Now, as I drove myself home after my first visit to Hostos, I thought of something that all the fiercely hopeful eyes that I saw that day reminded me of. And this is partly to the Greeks in the room as well. In the summer of 2011, 12 years ago, a young 25-year-old Greek student called Fannis, who was working for my brother one summer in Greece, approached him on the last day of his job. Fannis asked him, "Mr. Logotheris, would you have 10 minutes to meet with me?" My brother said, "Of course. Shall we meet now?" Fannis then said, "Yes, but before we meet, I need 10 minutes, please." So my brother said, "Okay, no problem." Fannis disappeared, then reappeared 10 minutes later, showered, shaven, wearing a suit with a briefcase in hand. "Mr. Logotheris, the only reason I took this job for the summer and worked here is in order to meet you now for these 10 minutes. I'm an engineer, trained in America. I put myself through school there. My brother Aleko came to America, cleaned tables at night to help pay for my tuition. I'm a very ambitious person. I'm a very dedicated person, but I have limited hope." This is 2011 in Greece, where hope was in short supply. "Please give me an opportunity to work in a group company of yours anywhere in the world. I will work hard. I will be honest. I will not disappoint you. On the contrary, I will surprise you." My brother was naturally taken aback. Fannis was given that opportunity. He is now the CEO of a renewable energy business of our group. It gets better. Leading dozens of people with operations in 4 countries. He was given the opportunity to have the opportunity. And look what he did with it. And what was the school in America? Kingsborough Community College. All CUNY schools are family. So as I walked through the halls of Hostos, I have seen many Fannises. I see what Hostos has given all of you, the chance to find your own opportunity. Use it wisely for your own benefit, the benefit of your family and the benefit of your community. They've been waiting for you. And please let me end by congratulating you all on your tenacity, resilience, I told you, accomplishment, and the opportunities you've created for yourself ahead. And thank you for the incredible honor of letting me stand here today before you. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
That was incredible. Thank you, Mr. Logothetis. Thank you so much. I don't know about you, but I was so inspired by that speech. You are amazing and incredible, and thank you for your support. You are incredible. See, and that's what Hostos is all about, connecting people like him to each other. And we meet each other and we attract each other because we're all on the same page. We are about community. Now, to cap off this wonderful evening, I have the pleasure of introducing Angel Morales, the professor of theater at Hostos and the artistic director of the award-winning Hostos Repertory Company. Please, you could do better. Put your hands together for Angel.
Thank you. Good evening. I am Angel Morales, a faculty member in the Humanities Department at Hostos, and the director of the show that will travel to Scotland this August. In 2013 and 2018, Hostos had the privilege to bring students to perform at the prestigious Fringe Festival in Edinburgh, Scotland, with great success. Our stories even landed a full page in the New York Times in 2013. Now, in 2023, Hostos will have the chance to bring a new group of 10 students, and they are here to perform a brief segment of the play, What You Will, a modern take on Twelfth Night by Shakespeare. The play opened last week at Hostos, and we will have 2 more performances at Hostos tomorrow and Friday. The Fringe and the International Collegiate Theater Festival are educational experiences like no other. Over the course of the program, ICTF participants are exposed to an incredible breadth of shows, artists, and culture. For student performers, it's an inspiration and allows them to see the professional potential that the performing arts hold for them. From venue and festival management, marketing, PR, and of course performing, the practical experiences gained through participation in ICTF are invaluable. To tell you how impactful this experience will be, here's one of the students who will be part of this experience.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying themselves tonight.
Just 1 second. Get closer.
Oh, my bad.
You want to shout.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying themselves tonight. My name is Melanie Benito, and I'm an animation major at Hostos. The opportunity to be a part of this cast will forever change my life for the better, and I'm extremely grateful to be a part of it. Traveling to Scotland will not only help me better understand the world of theater, but it also helped me understand what it means to be a global citizen. Being part of this venture is truly a dream come true for me, and I'm very honored to be part of this experience. I never thought that attending Hostos would lend me to discover a passion for theater arts. From the stage of Hostos to the stage in Edinburgh, Scotland, I know what a miracle that is. Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. Now, the rest of the students will perform a brief segment of the play so that you can see them in action. Here they are, the cast of What You Will.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Feste, and I am a fool. We are proud to present for your amusement a preview of our play, originally written by that up-and-coming dead playwright, William Shakespeare, entitled Twelfth Night, or What You Will. You are probably wondering why this particular play has 2 names. Well, I'll tell you. I'm not sure. Just wanted to let you know right off the bat that even though I'm telling this story, I don't necessarily know everything. I know a lot, but not everything. So, as long as we got that straight, we can get started. Scene 1. Various places in and around the Duke's pad. Enter the Duke. The noble Orsino, Duke of Illyria, totally in love with himself.
With Olivia.
Right.
If music be the food
Play on. Give me ecstasy. Enough. No more.
Cut it off.
Just not so sweet as it was before.
You see, when Duke's in love, he kind of gets moody and spouts poetry all the time.
Oh, spirit of love.
See?
How quick and fresh art thou. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first. But thought she purged the air of pestilence. Oh, you're back, fool. Well, what news tomorrow?
News? What news?
Yes, what news?
No news.
What?
She wouldn't see me. She's mourning the death of her cousin.
For how long? Well?
7 years?
7 years? 7 years? Well, she can love a cousin that deeply. Just think how much she'll love me. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich from canopy with bowers.
Yeah. So, if you enjoyed that preview, please come to join us tomorrow and Friday at Hostos at 7 o'clock p.m. Thank you.
All right, I have some good breaking news. Update from our Edinburgh correspondents regarding the progress we're making on those gifts. Remember, we're talking about that? Come on up, Julio. Come on up, Stephanie.
You take it. I can't ask.
All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that amazing performance. We are keeping our donations open. You can use the QR codes. If you have one of the cards and you want to write the amount right on top, you can raise that up into the air. We'll come on over and grab that. And people are also going to be around with credit card machines. If you're still interested in contributing to ensure that those amazing students that you just saw have the opportunity of a lifetime to go to Edinburgh, Scotland, and we can then have an amazing time. I hope you all had an amazing time today, and thank you so much for your contributions. Dr. Jacobo?
I have to make an announcement that the beautiful Idelsa Mendez is... Oh, I'm making a donation, but Idelsa Mendez is gonna say something, someone else. Yes, you are. You are?
So we have a $500 donation from the president of the school.
Oh.
And you?
Oh, yeah, but I'm not gonna say my amount. I am making a nice donation.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you so much. Keep on going. And like I said, if you do want to contribute, you want to raise your card up into the air, we'll come on over. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us this evening. Stay for dessert, coffee, and dancing with DJ Ralphie Mercado.